What's up, y'all? Woo! Oh man, we're starting off real good today on the late night show starring DJ Pakman. Look, this is what we're gonna start off with, and I'm gonna tell you why. We're gonna start off right away with a tequila shot, okay? You wanna know why? I'm gonna tell you why. We're starting off right away with a tequila shot because I've had a pretty eventful week. I feel it's worth celebrating with all of you the week that I've had, and I'm gonna tell you why this week has been so eventful. First, let me pour it up. Let's go. All right. As you guys know, for the past 3 weeks, I have been showcasing this tequila. You can tell, bottle's almost done. It's almost gone. Look at that. Instagram live. Please head on over to twitch.tv/famous DJ agency so you can get the full effect of the show. I would really appreciate it. And you would be helping me out as well by showing some love on our Twitch channel. But for now, check this out. Bottle's almost gone. I've had this bottle for almost 3 weeks now, maybe 4 weeks. And I just, I usually showcase a new bottle every week on the show. But today, or this particular time, I just really like this bottle. It's called Arte Nom Selection de Selección de 1146 or 1146. And I fell in love with it. So I've been drinking it on the show. Check it out. Arte Nom Selección de 1146. Okay, so try it for yourself. Now, all right. Let me tell you why I've had an eventful week. Ladies and gentlemen, what a week it's been. There is so much happening right now in the world of DJs, in the world of entertainment, in the world of everybody just going back to normal, okay? Going back to normal, and I just want to talk about that a little bit, I want to say that, like, everybody, when COVID first started, everybody was panicking. Everybody was, oh my God, am I going to lose my job? Where's my business going to go? What's going to happen with everything going on? Everything's closed. So many restaurants, so many places, so many venues, all the clubs were shut down. Everything was shut down. And now the reason I've had an eventful week is because there is a silver lining. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we get to see that the people who stuck through it, who worked hard, who kept going, who didn't give up, who were just fighting for their lives to make something happen during these difficult times. My goodness, these people are being rewarded with so much work. There's so much work out there. It is unbelievable how much work there is. We've had to literally lose gigs because we were too busy with the planning of other gigs. And that's insane to me. I never turn down a gig. We have a DJ agency. We have enough DJs to take on as many gigs as come our way. We try our hardest to please all of our clients, all of our leads, all of our new customers. We try our hardest to make sure that people are taken care of. And this week has just been phenomenal with the amount of phone calls and the amount of work that's coming our way. So, as you can imagine, that comes with a bunch of stress, a bunch of work, late nights, nonstop paperwork. So I just want to celebrate with you guys. I'm super happy that things are looking, like they're back in action. And I want to celebrate with you guys. So here is to that I want to do a toast to being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, even though there's still a lot of drama in the world that's happening. I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about making money. I'm worried about putting food on the table, and I'm worried about making sure that people get a good DJ for their parties. All right, and that's what I like to worry about. So this toast is for that. Ignore the drama, ignore the drama, and follow the positivity, follow the positive energy, follow the good things that are happening in your life, and use that momentum, use that positivity to excel you forward into a better life. All right, because as always, this is my favorite saying: we got to make things happen. Right? Let's make things happen. And as always, you always want to be a better version tomorrow than the version that you are today. So make that happen, to positive energy, to more gigs, to more work for everybody in the world. Hey, cheers to you guys, and cheers to everybody on Instagram too. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining in. Cheers. And as you can see, no faces. No faces. Still no faces. Tequila shot champion right here. All right, tequila shot champion. I always, I saw the video of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I can't get over it. I can't get over it because, I obviously, I'm sure what I'm saying is not true, but I just like making fun of that video because it looks like he's taking swigs from his bottle of Terramana. And I keep thinking, well, I could put water in a bottle too, buddy. Tag Dwayne The Rock Johnson on this so he could comment and let's make sure this gets to him, right? I want to see him take the tequila straight out of the distillery and then make no faces, absolutely no faces, after taking, shots straight from the distillery, because then it doesn't count, right? I could put water in a bottle too. And I hope he doesn't beat me up for this, because that would be really scary. All right. Let's give everybody a shout out right now. Thank you. It's DJ Kato. What's up, my boy? DJ Kato in the building. We got Jane Love 310. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining. We got DJ Jesse G in the building. What's up, Jesse G? What's going on? Thank you so much for joining. We got Henry Hernandez. Thank you so much for joining in on Instagram Live. Guys, I'm asking you guys to please head on over to twitch.tv/famous DJ agency. You will get a blast with the features that are on. We have a green screen for you guys. So just head on over there and, experience the show for what it's meant to be. All right? So thank you for being on my Instagram Live. Let's go ahead and keep the show going. And what is the show going to be about today? Well, we got a big show planned for you guys today. And we're going to talk about something that I think it's hilarious. Okay? It's hilarious. Every time I see this happen, I just get a good laugh out of it. Well, I probably shouldn't be laughing, but I do. I get a good laugh out of it. So what we're going to be talking about, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right after a word from our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, check out the sweater. Now look, you could, if you're watching the show consistently, I wear this sweater all the time. And that's because I really like the way it feels. I really like the way it looks. I really think this sweater is really well made. And I like what it represents. Okay? Have you guys seen that movie, Ratatouille? Have you guys seen the movie Ratatouille by Pixar? I hope so. If you have not seen it, basically the premise is a little rat goes to Paris and he loves to cook. So he meets a person that doesn't know how to cook, and they kind of team up, and he controls the person into cooking, so the rat's doing all the cooking, and the person is just kind of like a little robot. But the premise of the movie is that anybody can cook, okay? Anybody can cook. And the reason I bring that up is because I feel that that concept is the same with fame, okay? I feel that anybody could be famous. Big shout out, High on Lax Queer. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much. High on Lax Square. Thank you so much for joining. If I messed that up, if I butchered that, I apologize. But thank you for joining. Thank you for being on the show. So once again, look, I think anybody could be famous if they really wanted to. All they need to do is just put in the hard work, put in the struggle, and that's what this sweater represents to me, okay? This sweater represents, like, the company that we're building, Famous DJ Agencies, based on the concept that all these DJs, you know, they want to be famous. They're like right on stage playing music for you guys and performing. And I think it takes, you know, so much courage to do that. So that's where the idea of this sweater came from, where anybody could be famous if you put in the work, okay? You know, it's kind of like the whole concept of Michael Jordan, right? Everybody hears about Michael Jordan being the best of all time in the NBA. And every single time he is asked in an interview, why is it that you're the best of all time in the NBA? His response is, I put in the work. I put in the work. While other people were sleeping, while other people were partying, while other people were, whatever it is other people did, I was putting in the work to make sure that I never missed, okay? And we all know he missed a bunch, but nobody cares about the times he missed. People only care about the times he didn't miss. That's what everybody talks about. Same thing with Kobe, same thing with Steph Curry, same thing with another Laker player that you guys all know who he is, but I don't want to name his name because I'm not a fan of him. But, you know, you all know who I'm talking about. So, anyways, that's the whole point of this sweater. You want to be famous, you put in the work, and you could be famous. And anybody in the world wants to be famous at something, right? So, whatever it is that your passion is, go ahead and put in the work. And I just want to give a big shout out to my sponsors, or my sponsor, Famous DJ Agency. Thank you so much for the gear. Thank you for the sweater. Go ahead and head on over to their website, famousdjagency.com/shop, and you could be the owner of this sweater right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I kept you waiting long enough. What is the topic of conversation that we're going to go ahead and talk about today? I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to talk about bar fights. Oh my God, do I have stories for you and the people I'm going to reprimand for starting these bar fights in the first place, okay? Now look, I'm not that kind of person that is going to be up here being proud of the fact that I've been in fights, because that's not what I did. That's not what I do. Let me go ahead and show you what it is that I do every time I see a fight around me in the entertainment industry. Are you ready? Are you ready for the big reveal as to what I do every time I see a bar fight or any type of fight in the entertainment industry? Let me show you real quick, all right? Here it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You want me to do it one more time? Were you impressed? Were you impressed? Let me do it right now. One more time. Everybody on Instagram, are you looking? Because I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I do every time there is any type of fight happening at a bar or any type of fight happening at a party. This is what I do. I hide under the table. I don't care. You can judge me all you want. I do not care if you are judging me. I'm going to tell you why I get under the table, okay? I have seen some of the worst fights known to in the bar scene. I have seen some of the worst fights ever, okay? And every single time a fight would break out at a party that I'm at, or at a bar that I'm at, or at a club that I'm at, people got wild. Look, there's alcohol involved. People get stupid. It is not a pretty picture. It is not a pretty thing to look at. It is not a pretty thing to be around. I've there's been people die. People literally die from bar fights. How stupid is that? You know, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine going up to heaven and, like, you know, God is at the door and he's all like, "All right, how'd you get up here, Timmy?" "Well, I got punched in the face." I wonder if God would laugh at you. I wonder if God would be, really? You got punched in the face? But it happens, guys. It's a real thing. And I think it's like, I think it's so stupid. I think it's so stupid. But let's go ahead and talk about the bar fights that happen, that I've experienced, that I've witnessed, and why I think they're stupid. All right. What is the number one reason for bar fights to happen? I'm going to tell you right now. Everybody probably assumes something that's not true. Okay? Everybody probably assumes that the bar fights happen because a jealous boyfriend gets into a fight with somebody that's talking to his girlfriend. Okay? And that's just not true. That's not true at all. And look, you might hate me for saying this. I don't even know if I should say this. Maybe I'm not being politically correct. So I apologize in advance if I offend anybody, but the usual cause for bar fights, the typical cause for bar fights, is because girls are intoxicated and they're looking at each other the wrong way. Then they get their husbands, boyfriends, friends involved. And once again, it always happens the same way. There is alcohol involved and things just get wild. All right, so let's talk about bar fight number one. All right, the first bar fight that, it wasn't even a bar fight, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and well, this particular bar fight did happen out of jealousy. And I was the person that started the fight. Oh, that's not pretty. I don't know. Should I talk about it? I don't know. Should I, like, say the story of what happened? Should I? You know what? Comment in the sections right now on my Twitch channel if you want to hear what happened. I'll give you guys a second, and we'll see right now if I do go ahead and talk about it. Should I talk about it? I don't know. Okay, this is the bar fight. This is what happened, okay? I was DJing at a bar, and before I got married, before I got into a relationship, I was very friendly. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it that way. I was very friendly with people, and I loved, one of the things that I loved ever since I was a kid, I love dancing, all right? I really enjoy dancing. I you know, especially like Hispanic music, you know, like cumbias, merengue, quebraditas. I just really enjoy, I really enjoy that music, and I enjoy dancing to it. Oh, bachata, how could I forget bachata? Salsa, my goodness. If you enjoy, do you enjoy dancing to like Latin music? Please let me know in the comments. I want to know if you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, please let me know in the comments, because Latin music is so much fun to dance to. And this is it right here, okay? This is what happened. I played a song. The song is called, so I'm going to tell you the name of the song so you know, if you hear this song, hopefully you remember what happened to me, and I'm sharing this on the show. The song is called Un Rinconcito en el Cielo by Ramon Ayala. Un Rinconcito en el Cielo by Ramon Ayala. And basically, when I played this song, there was a lady that was on the dance floor by herself, because it was already towards the end of the night, and she was looking at me, and she like kind of made a gesture like, "Hey, come dance with me." And once again, I was single, no, not married, and I love dancing, so I just went ahead and went and danced with her. I saw nothing wrong with it. I honestly saw nothing wrong with dancing with this lady that was on the dance floor asking me to dance. That was my first mistake, okay? I should have paid attention to the room. I should have like really scoped out the room. So I'm gonna go ahead and reprimand myself on that one. I'm gonna reprimand myself because I didn't pay attention to what was going on in my environment, and I caused a pretty big fight. Okay. Now look, I went over there. I grabbed the girl. I danced with her for the entirety of the song Un Rinconcito en el Cielo by Ramon Ayala. So that's a fight starter. Un Rinconcito en el Cielo by Ramon Ayala. Fight starter. That just starts fights. As I'm dancing with this girl, her husband comes up. Her husband comes up to me and is like, yo, man, why you dancing with my girl? Oh, my goodness. I had no table to hide under. There was no table. I was holding the girl. And you know, Un Rinconcito en el Cielo, you know, you're like right here. You know, you're right here with the girl that you're dancing with. It's not a like extended song. It's not something you dance to even separate. You know, Un Rinconcito en el Cielo, if you know the song, it's like a romantic song. So you're right here. The girl's right here. Immediately, I was just like, I stepped away, stopped dancing with the lady, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, bro. That's all I said. Now, here's how the fight started, okay? And this is why I'm telling you that, like, when there's alcohol, people are, like, really stupid, and it's just, like, not a pretty sight. And this is why, once again, I'm reprimanding myself, because I should have known better. But, okay. I step away. I'm so sorry. And basically what happens next is the fact that his friends go up to him and kind of start telling him like, hey, it's not a big deal. It's not like he didn't know. And he took it as like, now his friends were like defending me. And he just started fighting with them. And it just became like a big bar fight in the middle of this dance floor. And luckily, like I said earlier, Un Rinconcito en el Cielo, like that's my go-to song for the end of the night. Okay, I play that like for the end of the night, and basically, like security came over, stopped the fight, kicked everybody out, and that was it. Like it didn't turn into like, there was no like people took shots for sure, but it wasn't the end of the world. Okay. But it did turn into a big bar fight. And once again, I'm reprimanding myself for that one because I didn't scope out the situation. I didn't look at the room. I didn't pay attention to what was going on. So that one was on me. All right. I reprimand myself. When you're going to go ahead and dance with somebody, you got to pay attention to the cues, right? The cues of who this girl is, right? You got to look. Is this girl with a group of friends that are all girls? Okay, if that's the case, then you have a better chance. You could attempt to dance with this person. Look for a ring on her finger. I didn't even pay attention to that. Honestly, I just wanted to dance. Like I just wanted to dance, and I don't know if that's the biggest excuse in the book, but it is the truth. It is the complete truth. I just wanted to dance. I love that song. And that's what I did. So, those are the cues. So you got to look if she's with a group of friends. Does she have a ring on her finger? Is she with guys? If in that group of friends there's any guys, abort mission. Abort mission. I'm telling you, like for real, abort mission, because that's like, you don't know who that guy is. You know, who are the people that are gonna be jealous? The people that are gonna be jealous are boyfriends, ex-boyfriends that maybe they're still friends, family, so cousins, brothers, best friends. All these people are gonna be jealous of you dancing with their whoever whatever relationship they have. So the minute you see that, it's a abort mission. All right. The only time that I feel like you could go ahead and dance with a girl is when you see that she's with a group of friends that are all girls. That's kind of like a girl that's a stranger. Okay, a girl that's a stranger. I think that's more along the lines of like what you can do in regards to dancing with a girl. All right. So, what is the next fight? That was fight number 1. All right. We're going to talk about several fights that happened and the reasons as to why they started. Okay. The next fight that happened, it was at a different location. And I'm not going to name any of these locations because I think that's, I don't want to put anybody on blast. Okay. There's no putting anybody on blast. That's not what we do on this show. Okay. The next fight that happened, and once again, the reason why I know why these fights happen is because as a DJ, you get to observe so many things, and you're responsible for playing music that even doesn't incite violence. Think about that responsibility as a DJ, guys. Imagine you're at a party, you're playing music, and you got to think about the music that you're playing that's not going to incite violence. Okay? Maybe in the territory that you're playing music in, there's a gang that doesn't like a particular song. You play that song, and now you incited violence. Okay? When I first started DJing, one of the things we had to stay away from was playing Tupac music and Biggie music. When I first started DJing, that was a thing. That was a real thing. You couldn't play Tupac music or Biggie music in the same mix because you didn't know who was there at the party supporting either of the artists. And that could start a fight. Like, why are you playing Tupac music when I'm a Biggie fan, or why are you playing Biggie music when I'm a Tupac fan? These situations get crazy. All right? When you're a DJ, these are things you got to think about all the time. So, big shout out Jesse G in the building on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining, my brother. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. So once again, what's the second fight that happened and how did it happen? All right, this one right here, I think is the stupidest reason to get into a fight, okay? I think it is completely moronic to get into a fight over this reason, but I'm gonna tell you anyways, okay? And I kind of talked about it in the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it again. And the reason why this fight started was because a girl gave another girl the wrong look. Do we stop the show? Do we just stop the show right now? Do we just like go home? Everybody, let's go home. That's a true story, guys. That is a true story. And I'm just like, where does your mind have to be, okay? Where does your mind have to be for you to be upset over a girl giving you a wrong look, okay? And look, here's the kicker, okay? Here's the craziest part to this story. They didn't know each other from anywhere. They didn't know each other from anywhere. Like, absolutely, they just did not know each other. It was just a girl passing by, gave another girl a dirty look, and that girl got offended, and they started fighting. And look, This happens way more often than you think. Okay? And this particular time that it happened was so bizarre because it became a entire fight that moved from the place where it started, which was the dance floor. Like I said, I'm not naming places because I don't want to do that to the place, but it started on the dance floor, moved to the parking lot. Like, that to me sounds freaking insane. It sounds freaking crazy that anybody would get into a fight over the idea of somebody else giving you a dirty look. Okay? But hey, people are people. People are people, and they're going to do what they want to do. And here is the biggest contributor to that. It usually has to do with alcohol. All right? It usually has to do with alcohol. When you're too intoxicated, like, you are allowing alcohol to kind of control your emotions. And look, your emotions sometimes get the best of you. It is what it is. But I'm going to tell you what happens when these fights happen, okay? You become entertainment for the people that are there. That's all that happens. It is just fun to watch. Security guys talk about it. The staff talks about it afterwards. The DJs talk about it afterwards. It is literally just entertainment. And then if the cops get called, oh my God, you're gonna hear about that story for days. 4 days. The people that work at that venue are going to talk about it for days. Did you hear about that one fight? Oh, did you know what happened? Oh, did you see what happened? Nah, man. Tell me what happened. Tell me what was the information on the fight. Oh, well, this girl looked at this other girl the wrong way and they started fighting. That's gotta be like a stupid conversation, like a freaking stupid freaking conversation. Just, oh, so this one girl like looked at this other girl the wrong way. Yeah. And what else? Did they know each other? Nah. What do you mean they didn't know each other? Nah, they didn't know each other. Well, I mean, what was like, were their husbands like or boyfriends flirting with them or anything? No. So you're telling me that just this one girl looked at this other girl the wrong way and it started this big old fight that went over to the parking lot? Yeah. That's gotta be on another level stupid. All right? And this, once again, I said in the beginning of the show, that fights tend to happen most because girls get into these altercations. And look, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, and I might get in trouble for saying this, and I'm not trying to get in trouble, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways, because that's what you come here for on the late night show starring DJ Pakman, the truth. You come here for the truth. I feel that females have a harder time handling their alcohol, and that's why they usually tend to start these fights. I don't know if that's true. Comment if you feel that that's not true. Whatever, but I feel that that's a very true statement. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens later on if I get in trouble or not. But, it is what it is. All right, so that was fight number 2. All right, and once again, to all, what's going to be the reprimand here? Is it going to be the fact that girls can't hold their liquor? Or is it going to be the fact that girls can't take a stare the wrong way and get into a huge fight? I don't know. Maybe we reprimand both situations. All right? Maybe we reprimand both. Here is the third fight that happened. And this one, once again, I was the person that was being attacked in this situation, okay? And it didn't really turn into a fight. But this time, I was a lot smarter, I feel, than the previous time when I danced with that one girl and it turned into a fight. This particular time, I was more observant of what was going down in the entire place, in the entire venue. Once again, I'm not naming names. I want to protect the venues. I don't want to put any bad name out there for any of the places that I've DJ'd at, which has been a lot of different places. So let's go ahead and continue with the story. All right, see, here's what happened. Look, DJs get music requests all the freaking time, okay? People come up to the DJ to ask for music nonstop. I don't know why. I really don't understand why people can't just go to the party and enjoy themselves, okay? I've never really understood the concept as to why people can't just have a good time. Like, the DJ's playing what they're playing. You know, you don't go to a movie theater and ask the manager to rewind the movie or skip a scene or nothing. You don't go to a movie theater and ask for nothing. Why you feel that you could go to a club or a bar or a venue and ask the DJ to change the music? That's besides me. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. You all should stop doing that. Everybody who does that is being reprimanded on the show. But this is how the fight happened, okay? This gangster-looking dude, this homie, comes up to me and he asks for music. He's like, "Hey man, can you play some old school?" I'm going to go ahead and tell you the rest of that story right now. First and foremost, let's go ahead and welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and say hello to Juan 111. Thank you so much for joining the show. We got Candy Vaca 7 on the show. Thank you so much for being on Instagram Live. Don't forget to head on over to twitch.tv. Oh, we got Cristina Pimentel in the building. Let's go. Thank you so much, Cristina. Hey, nice to see you. We got El Michoacano. That's El Michoacano 93 on the show. Thank you so much. Big shout out to you. And we got Gotti 2K. Thank you so much for being on Instagram Live. Guys, as always, I'm asking you to please head on over to twitch.tv/famous DJ agency and, catch the show for what it is. All right? I really want that for you guys. I want you to see the show for what it is. I think, we have a pretty cool setup here, and I would hate for you guys to not get that experience of having the show be what it is, So head on over to twitch.tv and look at the whole experience, okay? Thank you guys for being on my Instagram Live. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and head back to the story of that fight. So there's this guy, he comes up to me, and he's all like, "Can you play some music?" This is a gangster looking dude. Bald-headed, tattoos everywhere, tough looking guy. He looks like, like in his 30s, late 30s. And I was like, "You know what, man? Yeah, I could play some old school. Just give me a minute." Okay? What happens next? This is a secret I'm going to tell you guys right now that DJs do it everywhere, and they do it all the time, okay? I didn't play any old school. I didn't play the music. I didn't play it. I wasn't going to play it. That wasn't my intention. That's not what the vibe was. People were dancing to what I was playing. People were having a good time. So we, as DJs, we do that a lot. People come up and they're like, "Hey, can you play some of this, some of that?" And we're like, yeah, sure. We'll play it. Go ahead. We'll get to it right now. Okay? And we never do. We just kind of ignore you. All right? We're not trying to be rude. We're not being jackasses. That's not what it's about. It's about keeping the environment that the owner of the venue, of the establishment, has paid us to do. That's really what it's about. We just want to do what we're paid to do. Okay? A lot of times the owners forbid certain types of music, okay? Because they know it's going to be trouble. It's true. I hear it all the time. Don't play this kind of music. Don't play this. Don't play that. Because it'll start fights. And we follow instructions. the establishment is paying us to be there, so it is what it is. We try to get away with it sometimes if if the vibe is right, but for the most part, we just follow instructions. Big shout out to Air Run Limited Norby. Norby, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. All right. So I didn't play the music. I didn't play old school. And this guy, after a couple minutes, comes back. Whew. Tough looking dude. Comes back to the DJ booth and tells me, yo man, the barrio is here. And they want to listen to old school. In my head, I'm thinking, well, good for the barrio, bro. Have fun with the barrio. Go somewhere where you can enjoy your old school because it's not going to happen here. But I didn't say any of that. I kind of just kept it to myself. But what I did say was like, oh, yeah, man, I'm so sorry. I forgot. Let me go ahead and play it for you. Give me a minute or so. Still part of that secret. I wasn't going to play it. All right, I wasn't going to play it old school. Once again, everybody else was having a good time with the music I was playing. So I was going to stick to the music I was playing. That was my goal. That was my intention. That's what I did. I kept playing that music. All right. I kept playing the music that was working. And I was hoping that people were going to have a good time. Because that's what was going on. People were having a good time. People were dancing. People were vibing. People were doing their thing. Big shout out to Eraso21. Eraso21, big shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining the show. That's what I did. I continued playing my music. I continued playing what people were having a good time to. And a couple minutes later, guess who came back? Guess who came back to the DJ booth? Should I tell you? Or do you have an idea? What do you think? I'll tell you after a word from our sponsors. Guys, check out the sweater one more time. Look, the sweater is all about that purpose in your life. It's about wanting something that you are going to go ahead and put the hard work for. You're gonna struggle for it. You're gonna shed those tears. It's about your passion, okay? Be famous. Be famous on what you do. Be famous on what you love. Get the sweater so it motivates you to continue that struggle for your dreams. All right? I want you to achieve your dreams. On the show, I want you to achieve your dreams because that's what life is all about, guys. It's not a race, all right? We all die. So might as well live a life that you're happy with. So get the sweater by Famous DJ Agency by heading over to famousdjagency.com/shop and you can shop for this sweater right here. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. All right, so the guy came back and guess what happened? This time, he didn't say, yo, man, what's up with my music? No. This guy came up to me and said the following words, which to this day, I tremble. I'm not a scaredy cat, but if there's a, bald-looking dude with a bunch of tattoos, with a bunch of gangster homies, I know I'm in trouble. But this is what he said, okay? He said the following words. He said, look, man, you either play old school or the barrio's gonna do something about it. Whew. What do you do to that? Honestly, what do you say to that? How do you respond to that? I'm going to tell you how you respond to that, okay? You just play the music they want to hear because it is worth just keeping the peace. Okay? And that's kind of like, I feel like as DJs, we have that responsibility to keep the peace. Obviously, you know, I was tense, I was angry, but I wasn't gonna be stupid and do something stupid. I played old school. They had their fun, they had their good time, and then they left. And then I went back to keep the vibe going. It is what it is. But at that moment, I felt that I had my life threatened, and I was like, it's not worth it. Like, to me, it's not worth it. You know, if you want to listen to old school, I can make old school work. You know, like that. I'm a DJ. You know, so I'm really good at providing music that people could dance to in general. You know, so that's what I did. I provided old school, and you know, people still had a good time, and I avoided a situation. And I'm gonna tell you, I said earlier that I was very observant, and that this time I made a difference in being observant as opposed to the other time where I didn't pay attention, right? The first story that I talked about. This time I paid attention. I saw that this guy was with a bunch of his homies. Like, there was a big group of like gangster looking dudes. I wasn't gonna push it, okay? I wasn't gonna push it. That wouldn't have been smart. But I will reprimand somebody. And who I'm gonna reprimand is homie, okay? Big shout out to my Forever 3 Loves. Big shout out to my Forever 3 Loves. Thank you so much for joining the show. Don't forget to head on over to twitch.tv, catch the show so you can see the whole experience. Thank you so much for joining. All right, once again, I wasn't going to push it, guys. I wasn't going to push getting into an environment where it was going to lead to a fight and have an entire group of guys beat the crap out of me like that. You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. You know, I wasn't thinking of being initiated into a gang at that time. That was not what I wanted for my life. So I just played the music and I moved on with my life. You know, I did text the owner of the venue, like, hey, just letting you know this happened. I feel that my life was threatened, and you know, that was that. You know, they informed security and they kept an eye out for that person. But overall, I avoided a situation, okay? So, the homie's being reprimanded, and anybody who can't take no for an answer is being reprimanded. Like, look, you're not at a bar to be, like, the music isn't just for you, okay? That's not the point of you being at this bar. Narali, thank you so much. Narali23, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you so much. Don't forget to head on over to twitch.tv/famous DJ agency. Go ahead and catch the show and everything that it's about. You can see the green screen behind me. I want you to have the whole experience, so please head on over to twitch.tv. Once again, the people being reprimanded is the people who go up and can't take no for an answer when it comes to requests. It isn't fair to the DJ. It isn't fair to the people that are there. People are having a good time. Don't be that person, okay? Don't be that person. It could start an entire fight. You know, what if I wasn't being observant, okay? What if I wasn't being observant? Security got involved. There was a big fight, and they just closed down the venue because you wanted to hear a specific type of music? That sounds stupid to me. All right? Don't be stupid. You know, don't be stupid. Don't be a jerk. You know, like, you're not the owner of the establishment. The owner tells the DJ what to play. Like, you gotta be better than that, okay? Don't let alcohol take control of your emotions. All right? All right, guys. So look, we're about to get into the first hour of the show. No, that's not even true. We're about to be done with the first hour of the show. We're about to get into the second hour, which is non-stop music for you guys. But I want to go ahead and talk about one last experience that I hold near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I feel pushes me to want to do better as a DJ every single time. And that experience is the following. This is why I take such control of situations when it comes to parties, okay? I have always felt that it is a DJ's responsibility to make sure that people are safe, okay? And why would I put that responsibility on the DJ? There's a big difference between being on the dance floor, being on the party, and being behind the turntables, okay? When you're behind the turntables, you get to see everything. You are basically the eyes of the party, okay? And as a DJ, you have a little bit of a responsibility to keep people safe. This is something I've done, and you could either hate me for it or you could thank me for it. I don't know. And I used to do this ever since I was, I started DJing. And I think I took this responsibility very seriously, okay? Dr. Julio Midolo. Bro, I just called you Julio. I hope that's okay. Julio Midolo, thank you so much for joining the show. Don't forget to head on over to twitch.tv/famous DJ agency. Thank you so much for joining. We gotta hang out sometime, man. We gotta hang out sometime. We gotta take a shot. Thank you so much for joining the show. Once again, this is an experience that I take near and dear to my heart, and it is to protect people, okay? If I see something going down that I'm not a fan of, I'll literally change the music so the environment changes, okay? We have that kind of power behind the turntables. If you see something you don't like and we change the music, it changes the mood. And people kind of like understand that. They go different. They go in a different direction. And I think that's a good thing. Okay, I think that's a good thing because you can avoid a fight by the music that you play. You can avoid any type of negative situation by the music that you play. While still keeping it fun, while still partying hard, while still getting rowdy. You can get rowdy. There's nothing wrong with getting rowdy, but there is something wrong with starting negative situations, okay? You don't want to be in a situation that you're going to regret the next morning. And it is the DJ's responsibility to really kind of make that happen. And I'm going to explain to you something that DJs do that's very, very important. DJs are responsible for when people go up to a bar and get drinks or they come back to the dance floor. And this is very true, okay, guys? The way DJs play music is either going to push people to go to the bar and get drinks because they feel like, okay, the music's not at 100, or people are going to be like, okay, we're going to be on the dance floor because the music is bumping. DJs do that on purpose, okay? Why? I'm going to tell you 2 reasons. Number 1, crowd control. Number 2, well, actually they're reversed. Number 1, revenue. Number 2, crowd control. The bar, the venue, the club is counting on the DJ for people to drink because that's how they make their money. Okay? That's how they make their money. But they're also counting on the DJ for people to be calm, to not go too crazy, to not go too wild, because that keeps their establishment safe. And it keeps their establishment away from rumors. Okay? So that's something I take near and dear to my heart. And, I hope y'all can understand that. Big shout out to Martina Aquan. You know that name reminds me of Aquid. Have you heard of Aquid, the Mexican rappers? I wonder if you're related to them. Martina Aquan. My bad. Thank you so much for being on the show. All right. So, once again, guys, as I was saying, it is our responsibility to be aware of what's going down at the party, keeping it fun. It's okay to be rowdy, but that sense of like, okay, let's make sure that people are. I don't think calm is the right word. I think responsible is the right word. Okay, I think responsible. The whole point of going to a bar, of going to a club, is not to get hammered. I'm sorry, it's not. It is not to get hammered. The whole point of going to a club, a bar, a party is to socialize, to make good memories, to meet good people. That's it. If you're going there to get hammered, you've got the wrong idea. Okay? All right, guys. So let's go ahead and prepare for our 1 hour. Let's go ahead and prepare for our 1 hour of nonstop music that I want to share with you guys. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and do a recap of the show. Okay? What is it that we talked about? We talked about bar fights, all right? We talked about bar fights and how they happened. And this is honestly my serious, what I believe to be true is that bar fights are usually started by girls. I don't know the actual statistics behind that, but I think that's a very true statement. You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. I might get in trouble for saying that, but I think it's true. Okay? So, that's the point number one that I made, okay? The first fight I was involved in was actually it was me and a girl's husband. And this is how I think the girl started the fight, okay? If we're doing a review, the girl asked me to dance, knowing full well that she was married. I danced with her. It was my fault for not observing. I should have been more observant of the fact that she was married. But I didn't pay attention. I danced with her, and then her husband came and was super, jealous. And that's how that first fight started. The second fight started, which I think is the stupidest thing in the whole wide world. It's a girl gave another girl a dirty look, and it became this huge brawl that moved over to the parking lot of the venue. Like, it went from the dance floor all the way to the parking lot, and it became like people just fighting each other. Like, it was just a big, big mess. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that one, okay? The third fight, I don't think it was a fight, because I think I avoided the situation, but it was a gangster-looking dude that came up to me and was really upset that I wasn't playing his music. He came up to me 3 different times, and the third time he told me, hey man, you either play my music or something bad is going to happen to you, because I got the barrio here and we're going to take care of business. So you're going to play our music one way or another. It didn't turn into a fight because I believe I saved it. And I think that's a very big responsibility for DJs. I believe that I saved it because I just played the music. The third time he asked for music, I played the music and whatever. It, like the problem went away. Okay? All right, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and go into our second hour of the show. But before we do that, we're going to take another shot. As always, I always showcase a tequila bottle. This is a tequila bottle for today. It's 11:46, and this has been the bottle for the past 3 weeks. And I mean, as you can see, it's almost empty. It's just because I keep drinking this bottle because I really like it, and I feel that this bottle deserves that recognition. My wife bought it for me, and it is just delicious tequila. So let's go ahead and do the next toast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to go ahead and keep the same toast. This toast right here, this shot of tequila goes out to everybody, handling business right now, that things are looking good. Everybody who's getting work, everybody who's doing really great things in their life, because COVID it's not over, it's not over, but it's definitely, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. This shot goes out to you. Please keep that momentum, keep that, positive energy. And go ahead and let's get to work. Let's get some things done. Now that, we're at this side of the equation, we gotta work hard and let's make that happen, right? So, cheers to you guys and cheers to business, all right? Cheers to success. Cheers to positivity. Let's go. Oh, and with this shot, I'm doing the tequila face challenge one more time for Dwayne The Rock Johnson so he could see what a real Mexican, does when he drinks tequila and there's like no face happening after tequila shot. All right, so let's do this thing. Cheers. No faces. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Eventually, you're gonna hear this, and I'm gonna tag you, and hopefully, next time you take a tequila shot, it's not water inside the bottle. Okay. Hopefully, it's not water inside the bottle. I'm calling you out, man. Don't beat me up when you hear this, please. All right, let's go ahead and get into the 1 hour of nonstop music. Thank you guys for joining. Let's do this thing. All right.